My name is Jade, owner and principal planner of Joyful Events by Jade, and this is The Cookie Table. This is a podcast all about love, marriage, relationships, and the wedding industry, wedding news. Perfect for anyone that is getting married, is married, a wedding vendor, or someone that just loves weddings. Grab your favorite cookie from The Cookie Table, pour yourself a glass of Chardonnay, and let's get into it. Brittany Pavlik, the Pittsburgh Bachelorette. Hi. And Candid Content Collective. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining the cookie table.
Yeah, of course. You got my favorite cookies. I can't say no to this.
You're a lady luck gal.
I'm a cookie girl. Like just in general. Like cookies are, yes, all of them.
It's hard to pick then.
Oh, yeah. No, I still have a favorite. That's pretty clear.
Thank you, Oakmont Bakery, to today's cookie table. Yeah, you don't have to eat them on the podcast. You can take them on home. But you are like our third or fourth Lady Luck person, I want to say.
Because they're the best ones.
They're very good.
I had 200 of them at my wedding because they're always the first to go at the cookie table.
Yeah.
And I'm always really upset about it. So I was like, we are not running out of Lady Lucks.
No, they're delicious. Very good choice. Brittany, let's talk about you. Let's talk about... So we're talking about two companies. We're focusing on the Pittsburgh Bachelorette today. Mm-hmm. You are wearing red and the cherries, which is the brand. The Pittsburgh Bachelorette is a newer company, which we'll get into. But I want to start with Candid Content Collective. That is your content creation company.
Yes.
When did you launch yourself into the wedding industry?
So I'm recently married myself. I got married in September, so I'm fresh off of planning this huge party, right? So when I was planning my wedding, I'm like a lot of other brides, and I was very on the fence about videography with budget and just things like that. And videographers are amazing. Like they're so incredibly talented at what they do. And like just the cinematic feature and the keepsake quality of that is something I can never take away from, right? So I want to start by saying that because I think that there is a place for both of us in this industry.
Yep.
And they're amazing. But I just, affordability wise, it was just out of my budget range.
Yep.
And my mother passed away shortly before we got engaged. And so she was a wedding singer at some point in her life. And I was looking for video content of her singing. So I'd reached out to my aunt and I was like, hey, do you happen to have any of this content? I'm trying to put a video together. She's like, I do. I have, my old camcorder footage from my wedding.
Yeah.
And I'm reviewing it. And as I'm reviewing it, I came across something that kind of took me back. And it was the whole wedding guest group doing the conga line, which we don't do anymore, which we should bring back. We like low-key should bring back the conga line.
Yeah.
But they were doing the conga line, and like somebody had the camcorder, and there was like 5 or 6 faces of people that are no longer with us. And there was just like this flash of their smile and just this in real time movement. And one in particular was my cousin Jason, who unalived himself. And I remember like the tears. I remember everybody being so devastated. And I kind of overall remember him being like a depressed person, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But not in that video.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God, I have to have video at my wedding.
Yeah.
Like something, like I have to have something. And it was just like this huge aha moment for me.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't find a wedding content creator. Like I had understood this concept just by seeing things on social media, and they're very big in LA and New York, and Pittsburgh's so late to any market.
Yep.
So I couldn't find anyone. I hired somebody out of Cleveland. She did a great job. But through that process, some things changed personally in my circumstances, and I just kept thinking about this kind of revelation of video that I had and how good of an idea this is. I have a photography background. My dad is a film documentarist.
Wow.
So I have like, I was already in that space, and I love that creative space. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to offer it in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just did. I just started doing it. I have a couple social media accounts that I work with as well. And then obviously the idea has expanded greatly. And we can get into that however you want to. But yeah, Candid Content, standing alone by itself, I just really feel like video, just capturing the day on any level. And the way I explain it to couples is it's kind of taken back to that old camcorder footage, that very candid, raw footage of somebody that is a totally different approach than videography. It is a whole other situation, a whole other thing. But it's not somebody just coming in with their phone. There's a level of professionalism that needs to be there. You know, you need to have the proper equipment. You need to have a proper understanding of editing and software and just generally how to like not zoom out so much or zoom it, like just there's a level of professionalism there.
So let's talk about what you do for content creation. Maybe that sets you apart, but when it comes to content creators, we've talked about this before on the podcast. It is completely separate from videography, which I 100% completely agree.
Yes.
Videography, you're getting, you know, 1 or 2 videos that are very highly produced. Maybe you have 6 very big cameras, you know, for the cases that's part of this, and that they put all of those cameras together and then they create something for you. Content creation fulfills that instant gratification of videos from your day, but capturing all the raw footage of everything that's going on. And one of my biggest complaints for my wedding day, and I've talked about this with videographers and with content creators here on the cookie table, about the disappointment of my husband, you know, 6 months later, randomly saying, why don't we have a video of us just doing our first dance? I texted everyone I could. No one oddly captured it. It was weird, you know, just they were all engulfed in the moment. Like no one,
Which is nice.
Which is good. Yes. I invite you to be in the moment.
But that's why we are here. We're like wedding content creators almost give people permission to put their phones away.
Yeah, which is beautiful.
It is.
And yeah, we didn't have it. It was obviously slightly in the produced videos from the videographer, but not with our song, not any of that. So that's the beauty of content creation and why it's getting bigger and bigger. So tell me about what you do and what you bring to a wedding day and your equipment.
So I brought something here.
Let's see it.
People love this. People are obsessed with this. Okay, so this is called a U-rig, and you can get one of these on Amazon, but basically you could put your phone inside of here.
Nice. Okay.
And like one of my favorite things to do is to hand this to one of the groomsmen on the dance floor and say like, use it as a selfie. It's amazing footage every time. Every time there's a drunk groomsman somewhere that wants to be on camera. But I also bring a gimbal. I bring tons of charging equipment. Something that I do think sets me apart from other wedding content creators is the fact that I have 2 phones. I would never, as a photographer, show up to a wedding with 1 camera and expect that to be my... God forbid. You know, I understand the level of importance of a wedding day. And I try to really take care of my brides. I know how important this is. And I know how thoroughly they plan this. I have very thorough consultation calls where I'm like, hey, who's your grandparents? Who's the VIPs of the day? Who can I focus on? Who do you want to hear from? Like, it's a very in-depth conversation I have with them. So they have these little pieces that I can walk up to somebody and kind of interview them, and that might not have been on camera or a part of the day in a natural sequence, but now my brides have their 85-year-old grandfather saying, I love you on film to their face, which is just like...
It's amazing.
So special. So I know I've heard so many people say, well, I'm not big on social media. I don't have a following. I don't care. If you want to go viral on your wedding day, I might not be the content creator for you. I'm there to capture your love story and give you an authentic feedback of your day. It just so happens to be that it's really easy to share that on social media. And that's how we share our information now, though. Like, if I'm reviewing pictures of my kids, I'm scrolling on my phone, not through a photo album anymore. So I just think there's so many special things about this service. I also see a lot of people popping up that think that they just have a phone and they can do it.
Yes,
so I actually going to be saturated for a second, and brides are going to have to do their homework.
Just had that conversation with a couple of mine, and you know, they're just like, where are we at with content creation? I was like, I am taking my time with this because there's so many people that are popping up and just want to be a content creator, and that's okay. I mean, I say that about wedding planners. I don't know what it is about Pittsburgh. This is a great city, but I do feel like in every aspect of this industry, it feels very oversaturated. Everyone wants to be a DJ. Everyone wants to be a wedding planner. I don't know. It just feels like that.
Pittsburgh has a huge wedding community. And I definitely think it's a bigger wedding community than anybody could actually put their finger on.
Yes.
Until you're actually in it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my God, it's expansive and it is deep and it is very saturated.
Yeah.
But you just have to like keep rolling with it. You have to keep being you.
Yep.
I think that authenticity, even in your business, you know, I think that's amazing.
Yeah. People will book for you 100%.
100%. And if I'm not the content creator for you, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Maybe I could help you with the Pittsburgh Bachelorette.
Yeah. Well,
maybe I can help you in the other business.
and that is what this beautiful red and cherry vest comes from. The Pittsburgh Bachelorette. You have been going wonderfully on social media for the last few months about this. We are getting close to launch date, which we'll get into. But let's talk about it. The Pittsburgh Bachelorette. Let's just blanket, start from the beginning. Explain it first, the concept.
Okay. Let me explain how I got there first.
Okay, great. Perfect.
So, again, just had a wedding. So I just did this. But then shortly after, I was asked to be the maid of honor in my sister-in-law's wedding. I'd already started my content creation business and was well into involving myself deeply in the wedding community in Pittsburgh. And she asked me to be the maid of honor. And I am a very type A person. And I'm like, of course. And I'm going to be the best maid of honor you've ever seen. So I literally Canva created 5 itineraries for 5 different cities. And I like presented them to her. And I'm like, where do you want to go? But in doing that in a very in-depth manner, I did one for Pittsburgh. And I was like, why is it so hard to find cool stuff for a bachelorette party to do in Pittsburgh?
Yep.
Like Googling it was depressing. I'm like, well, no wonder everyone leaves. Airbnbs were very difficult to find nice ones. Like it just was like not the city.
Yeah.
But I live here and I like know better. And I'm like, but there is so much here.
Yep.
I just saw this huge disconnect.
Yeah.
This huge disconnect. And being in the wedding industry as a wedding professional, knowing how in-depth the Pittsburgh wedding community actually is.
Right.
Why the hell is no one talking to this market? Why is no one talking to these girls? Bachelor parties are happening. There's hundreds of weekends or weddings here every weekend in like high season. So it was just like this huge aha moment for me. And I was like, well, I could do that.
Yeah.
I'm good at that. I'm good at finding these unique experiences. I'm very good at thinking outside of the box for guest experiences and putting something together that people are like, oh, this is so fun and creative and all those things. So the Pittsburgh Bachelorette is, I know it's called the Bachelorette, but this is a place for women. This is a place for girls in Pittsburgh. And you know, some of our tourist websites that represent Pittsburgh are boring. They feel like they're boring. Why?
We need fun. Exciting,
Why?
Yeah.
Why is there no color? It looks
No
like
color.
my boomer grandfather put this together from newspaper articles. Like it sucks.
So
It
true.
sucks. So I'm like looking at all these things and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to create a space. So I basically created a very fun space for women. This is for girls in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But this is to plan your bachelorette party.
Oh, yeah.
This is Airbnbs. This is unique, truly unique experiences. Because the other thing, as I was planning these other cities, I'm like, the information that's out there feels very salesy.
Yeah.
Feels very tourist driven. Very cookie cutter experiences. We're not that. We're hometowny. We're everybody's from here. Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
This is different. So these are actually unique experiences and ones that you will not see in Nashville.
Yep.
You won't see them.
Yep.
Unless you go look for them. I'm sure they're there, but they're not available to you on a bachelorette website.
Yeah.
And then I put, you know, eat and party where we're going to restaurants, all of the things like that. I really wanted to take this a step farther from things I'd seen in other cities. So I decided, you know, if a bachelorette party is happening or a birthday weekend or whatever it is, someone's getting gifts or someone's giving gifts usually is the situation.
Right.
And as a bride, how much time do you think you spend on Etsy scrolling?
A lot.
Like
a lot.
Like a
what
stupid
gifts,
amount.
What do I get for them?
What custom? So I cut out that middleman of Etsy who takes a lot of money from small businesses.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes.
That's
awesome.
I wanted to directly connect girls with unique custom gift ideas.
Oh, I love
that you know, they don't have to pay for shipping for it. They could pick up from the local, you know, wherever, but it's just Pittsburgh companies. So we're creating this space for small community or small businesses as well. Again, taking it even a step farther, cutting out DoorDash and that middleman. I created a space for custom catering too. These companies have all decided to put packages together for our community, for our people that can be dropped off to you. I have custom macaroons. I have custom baked goods. I'm in talks right now with a pierogi company that will do pierogi catering, things like that, right? So I wanted to take it even a step farther. And Pittsburgh is one of the biggest foodie communities in the country.
Yeah, I believe that. I didn't know that stat, but I believe it.
I think it's like 15th is like what the stat I saw, like somewhere publicly. But it's a very heavily driven foodie centric place. So I teamed up with my friend Jess from Jesse's Eddie's, Jess Nardelli, and she's going to be doing custom, you know, authentic reviews of restaurants. She is
that's super cool.
One of the most authentic women I know. Truly, she is a girl's girl. You can't help but love her the second that you see her, and she's not afraid to put things on the internet that aren't polished and perfect. And I loved that about her. I think she's perfect for this community. So there'll be things like that. Then there's DIY blogs and inspirational blogs. I have an entire themes. Do we want to talk about the themes? Some of the themes are really fun.
Let's talk about it. So this is just to kind of recap. This is a platform for
everything is on the website.
Anyone to go to plan a bachelorette or even a girls' weekend in Pittsburgh. It does not have to be bachelorette. You don't have to be getting married, but this is a one-stop shop to find everything to create a wonderful girls' weekend or bachelorette in the Pittsburgh area.
Birthday parties, retirement parties. Just anything, really. I mean, just getting together with your girls is so much fun, and it's hard to find things to do unless you're sifting through.
It is hard.
Like Facebook events, which doesn't have everything, or Instagram, it doesn't have everything. You're asking people, like, it just doesn't have what it needs to have.
No, it doesn't. This need was necessary, and you figure that out by being in the space and having a hard time finding it.
I couldn't believe. Honestly, I am. I keep looking in the mirror and I'm like, how is this my idea? How did I come up with this? Because it's already there. You know, there's so many women in Pittsburgh that are looking for community, looking for things to do, looking for nights out with their girlfriends. Hometown bachelorette parties are making a comeback.
So you were starting to say DoorDash?
Oh, so cutting out the custom catering, kind of that thing. Don't know where I was going with that.
It's okay. Well, if something comes of that, you let me know.
Let's pivot.
No, but I think that's all brilliant and amazing, and it's very localized, and it brings the fun, I think, back into Pittsburgh too. Because I think people that live in Pittsburgh tend to feel like, oh, I've done it all. So let me leave for my bachelorette, but really, have you done it all?
I mean, one of our Airbnbs is one of the beautiful homes right on Grandview Avenue. I've lived in Pittsburgh my whole life. I've never woken up to that skyline view. Have you?
No, I lived on Mount Washington, but I didn't see it from my window.
So I think that it's a different experience.
It is.
You can have very unique experiences staying in your spot, and
I love that.
Like crossing a bridge. It's not Narnia. Like you're gonna be okay. You know,
it's very true.
So I just think that there's so much that Pittsburgh has to offer. I love this city.
I too.
I mean, I love to travel too. Don't get me wrong. I am not. If you can get your girlfriends to anywhere, that's great. But planning a group travel trip is very difficult.
It is.
It's very difficult. And it's difficult for everybody involved, not just the planner.
I agree.
It's a heavy ask.
I agree.
It's a heavy ask.
Yeah, especially sometimes, you know, maybe a destination wedding. You have a destination wedding. How can you ask your group to also then travel again or twice? Like that, I think is
a lot.
It's a lot. So, you know, stay in Pittsburgh. Enjoy what it has to offer. Are there other bachelorette resources?
No.
I haven't seen any.
No. Exactly why I was kind of shocked to be the first one. But no, there's literally nothing in Pittsburgh like this or has ever, like I said, even in other cities, I wanted to take this platform further than anything I'd ever seen because what I see is touristy.
Yep.
It's very book this experience, and they're very cookie cutter experiences, and that's not Pittsburgh. That wasn't going to work here.
Yeah.
So I
agree.
Wanted it to be a little bit different.
Yeah. Explain Pierogi Nation or Pierogi Princess.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Pierogi Princess Nation is the community of women that I want to experience this brand. I want it to feel fun, and I want it to feel like a community way past your bachelorette. As a woman, we are smart enough to know that if a platform like this exists, we'll use it.
Yeah.
There's an events calendar on there. There are other things on there that are not just bachelorette driven.
Love that.
But the community itself, we're special. Pittsburghers are different. We're different. We're different. I dropped the F-bomb entirely too much.
Me too.
It's a product of my upbringing.
Same. Steelworker dad.
Yeah. Sometimes I say some things and I'm like, oh, that was a hard, heavy accent there. But yeah, Pierogi Princess Nation is us. It's Pittsburghers. It's the women of Pittsburgh. But it's also so fun.
It's so fun.
And who doesn't love a pierogi?
Oh my God, I love a good pierogi.
Oh my God, really? It's like life-changing. Don't give me flowers, give me pierogies.
Swear, for pierogi bouquet?
Give me,
Can someone make that?
If someone can make that, please contact me. We will have you on the vendor directory immediately.
Please. Now, you are vetting these vendors and making sure they're not, so to speak, gonna provide a bad experience, right?
I am also experiencing these vendors.
Oh, that's awesome.
So when I was in contacts with Berg Bus, I was like, well, I got to go on the Berg Bus. I gotta see what this is all about.
Yeah.
It is so fun.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, this is so good. I love it. But even like the girls who do the facials, I was like, well, I got to come get a facial.
Yeah.
So there are things that are very important to me in this. Yeah. Zola and the Knot and things like that, or other bachelorette, we're not going to name names, but other bachelorette cities, other bachelorette websites.
Yeah.
You have to pay and then you're on it. That's it. That's their end game, right? Yeah. No. This is if I put my name on it, I promise you'll have a good time.
Yeah, that's wonderful because that's part of the fear is, making sure it's actually a good experience and they're good people behind the brand. So having your firsthand experience is very invaluable. So building the Pittsburgh Bachelorette, when, whoever's listening, if you begin to use this or your wheels are going, you're like, holy shit, I can't wait for this to launch. Like, this is like, I'm so going to fucking use this for my Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Know that Brittany's not just putting anyone on there, not a company that just launched yesterday. Oh, I want to be on this. Like, this is
not Susie down the street with a side hustle.
That's huge. And that, I think that's important.
And you already know that because for her other business, I was like, we got to meet for coffee.
Yeah.
I need to see your face. I need to know your name. I need to meet you. And that also lends to the community aspect of it too.
Yeah.
We do these iconic styled shoots that are just getting more popular with this brand.
Yeah.
Bringing all these small businesses together.
Yeah.
And it's for the girlies of Pittsburgh, but these small businesses are the backbone of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And they should be.
Yeah.
So I want them to come together as well. And we're working in tandem with Victoria from Berg Brides. So that's another community that I would absolutely put my name and brand on. She does the same thing. She vets her community well. It's important.
It's important. But yes, Brie and Baskets,
yes,
our luxury picnic company, is joining the Pittsburgh Bachelorette. We're very excited. We do get every now and then a bachelorette party. It's a popular thing to do. So I think, having a luxury picnic right up the street at, Grandview Overlook Park when they're staying at that Airbnb, like, let's make it an experience. I think that's really amazing. But obviously appreciate your consideration on that. Including us.
No, you guys
were
great.
Okay.
And I like I said, I'm looking for unique things. And these are things that other cities are doing, but Pittsburgh has a really hard time getting the word out there.
Yeah.
They do.
It's
just not a touristy spot where you can put information like this.
I agree. So our anticipation is ready. Are you ready to announce your official launch date?
Guys, this is such a long time coming. I know that I have teased this 1,000 times, but the official launch date is going to be tax day.
April
Tax day.
15th. So I was like, let's do it. Let's do a tax day. I'll never forget it. You'll never forget it. It's April 15th is going to be the official. You can log into the website and start planning everything that you want to plan.
April 15th, it's all there. I can't wait to see it.
I'm so listener. I literally got chills when I said that. I'm so nervous, you guys. I have put my heart and soul into this brand, and I am so excited to finally just share it with everybody. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
You should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you. Oh, we were going to talk about themes. That's where I.
Oh yes, themes.
The themes are super fun.
Let's talk about themes. So do you have your website grouped into themes?
So you'll be able to put there's the themes tab. And so there will also be a services page. So we have directly partnered with some amazing companies that were like, these are our companies, for decor packages, for charcuterie boards, for fridge stocks and bar services.
Nice.
But also for floral packages, because how cute would it be to sit over a cute little tablescape all weekend with your girlfriends?
Yeah.
I've never seen that in any other bachelorette city or any other offering, and I just think that flowers always elevates any experience or event.
Yep.
So we have that, and we also have an in-house stylist who, if you had a group of girls, you had an amazing themed night, you really wanted to curate and have this like aesthetically just she will style all your girls for you. So all of these add-on packages and stuff like that, so you'll be able to take your services, look at the themes, and the themes work is kind of like a lookbook. It's like a Pinterest for all the Pittsburgh themes that we have.
That's awesome.
But we have like penis and pierogies. We have
it's funny.
It's so good. We have bridges and bitches.
Yeah.
We have stealing his last name.
Yeah.
3 Rivers, 1 man.
I love it. Oh my God.
So
that's so cute.
And there are more to come. Trust me, there are more to come. Margaritas with your senoritas, which is a fun little play on like the margs and macaroni. But I love a good flip. I love the stuff I see on Pinterest. I love. I'm like, okay, it's truly just inspiration for me. I don't want to recreate anything that I see.
Yeah.
I want to be inspired by it and change it and just elevate it to something else. So you can look forward to seeing some things that you don't necessarily see on Pinterest.
Yeah.
And the Pittsburgh ones you definitely are not seeing on Pinterest.
No.
And I just want to open girls' minds up to
what
inspiration.
You could truly do.
Yeah, what you could do with a party. It's a lot of planning, but I really want to make it easy.
Yeah. And with those Pittsburgh themes, do you think we're going to find ourselves having more people travel from different cities to come to Pittsburgh? Or are we thinking like people that are maybe just 1 hour or 2 hours outside of Pittsburgh, even 45 minutes, like they want to just come into the city because they don't come into the city often?
Well, so I think, yes, I think that eventually we will start to see an influx of Cleveland, Buffalo, Harrisburg, Wheeling, those kind of things coming in, because now we are talking to an entire community of bachelorettes, an entire market that might have felt ignored before and might have booked a trip to Nashville. But all of these very drivable cities from us, even Michigan is, 5 hours from us. So all these very drivable places for us, I do expect, I'm talking to the girls at Pittsburgh. Like, I'm here for you guys.
Yeah.
But I do expect for it to grow and for people to be interested in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
On a different level. I don't know if we'll ever be what Nashville is now, but
that's why Nashville's Nashville,
But Nashville wasn't always like that.
True.
Like I went to Nashville like 15 years ago, and there wasn't a single bachelorette, and it was twangy. Like people, it was not. It was country music.
Yeah.
It was like you were. There was no Morgan Wallen. There was George Strait. So it was different.
Yeah,
but,
there's so much rock. Not to divert from that, but there's so much rock music now, like during the day and stuff.
It was not like that back in the day. And now, if you want to go to Nashville, Nashville's amazing. I'm actually going to Nashville for a bachelorette party next weekend. So I have no beef with Nashville. Yeah, none at all. But it's if you're going to Nashville to feel like a unique
you're the only person, you're the only bride in the room, you want the attention in the room, Nashville's probably not your best place to go. There are 90 other bachelorettes in that club that you're standing in.
Yeah.
No one's buying you a drink.
Oh my God. Everyone has a freaking
Everybody.
sash or
Everybody.
something. Yeah,
Everybody.
it's very true. So
It's very overwhelming.
very overwhelming. And I think part of getting the idea out there that Pittsburgh is a great place to come for a bachelorette is the styled shoots that you were starting to create. And you did your first one that got featured, or just one that
I've
first
done
feature?
3.
Okay.
So the very first one we did, we were lucky enough to have published with Berg Brides, which is amazing. And that was like really the kind of start of everything. And I had this idea, but I initially had kind of started that idea with Candid Content, and I just had never really seen an upscale bachelorette editorial.
Yep. I agree.
You know, so I was like, well, I want to do a styled shoot. I want to be more involved in the wedding community. So I did that. But the more I thought about the Pittsburgh Bachelorette, the more I was like, I want to do that too. So it really was the birth. We did that shoot back in November.
The snow shoot.
Yeah.
So it was a snow theme.
Yeah.
At the Aspen.
When you know you snow, at Spritzery, the Aspen,
It was so cute.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone, thinks to do anything snow related or whatever, but like I thought that was really smart that you did. If you wanted to elaborate on what you did more, please.
So when you know you snow, again, was not a Pinterest theme that I'd seen a lot.
Yeah.
And being in Pittsburgh, it's going to get cold.
Yeah. Yep.
So it was an idea I had. It was around that time. The Aspen is beautifully decorated for the winter season. And they were kind enough to let us use our space and be one of our vendors and all of those things as well. But I brought in Oh So Frilly Events, and I had her set up like this high tea party because I think the bachelorettes are also getting older. No one's getting married super young anymore. After I turned 25, I don't know about you, but the party animal in me died.
Yeah.
It died. Yeah. I am a girls gone wild kind of party.
Yeah. I agree.
You know? So I think that there needs to be like more options in that category too.
Yeah,
so we did this tea party event, and we brought in, I'm going to butcher her name, but I call her Hannah the Macaroon Lady because I can never say her business name. Do you know it? Achio Melange.
Oh, God, yeah, nope.
No,
Yeah,
I
nope,
know.
nope.
I know. Hannah, I love you. I'm sorry I butchered that.
No, but I've worked with Mia. We love Mia. We've had her on the podcast.
But we did that. We did Franny D's. We did, who's our bakery. She's amazing. And she's the only person I've ever had like sugar cookies that are decorated that I'm like, these are tasty. These are like actually really good. And then the Cheese Queen, who is incredible. She did like these little charcuterie teacup things, and so we had that set up, and then we had the spritzery set up, and then outside we had B&M Limos was kind enough to give us a party bus, and we had it decorated. And like I was talking about all those custom gifts, we worked with a small soap and candle shop called Simply You.
Yeah.
And they would do like any custom beauty product, homemade you wanted, with any label that you wanted. We worked with Incline Designs and Steel City Weddings to create some sweaters for the girls because it was the middle of winter and it was freezing. Things like that. So we had Topaz Thimble who did our embroidery. I know I'm forgetting somebody, and I'm going to get in so much trouble for that. No. I'm sorry.
It is featured on Berg Brides. Yes. If you want to see it, it's snow-themed Pittsburgh Bachelorette ideas. You have to go see the pictures. Honestly, it is.
Ashley Sarah Photography did the pictures, and she is. Oh my God, she's so good.
So good. Yeah,
she's so good. She actually is going to do, I got off the phone with her on the way here, and we are in talks to do other styled shoots too. Like, she is amazing. I love her so much.
Well, it turned out incredible. And the more I think that you're pushing that out, which I love that idea. And like you mentioned, like anyone that's on the Pittsburgh Bachelorette platform and doing those shoots together, it's super fun.
We just did one for peanuts and pierogies too, which is super fun. So I'm
fun.
starting to put content out for that, but I've also been hoarding content for our launch. So
as you should.
I'm sorry.
As you should. But I want to pick your brain just on a couple Bachelorette things.
Let's go.
what are some mistakes that you think some people are making when planning a bachelorette party?
Well, over planning or under planning. So I think over planning and having way too many things booked in a day, you're going to tire everybody out. There has to be downtime. I recommend one activity a day. And if you're going to do a weekend thing, do one nice dinner and one brunch.
Yeah.
Leave everything else kind of open. If you overwhelm it, people will be tired. It will feel overwhelming. But also the other side of that is if you think you're going to figure out what 12 girls are going to do in 3 days notice,
Yeah.
good luck.
Yeah.
So you really, there's like this sweet spot of planning too much, planning not enough, being respectful of everybody else's trip, vacation, weekend, whatever they're putting their money into. If you're going to have more than one activity a day, make sure it's something that people don't have to pay for. Make sure it's something that you could do at the Airbnb
I love
that's,
that.
you know, more craft oriented or something like that. Give people things to do, but not necessarily places to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I always hate too, like when your night out is maybe Friday and then someone wants to, you know, they want to plan the brunch for Saturday morning. It's like, why are we doing this?
Yeah. Yoga at 8 a.m., guys.
Yeah. Please do.
We're going on a hike.
Yeah. Let me slowly take my time and wake up because I'm too old at this point. Like, dear God.
I have arthritis. My bones hurt. My stomach hurts. I drank too much. All of the things.
It hurts so much.
But we're powering through. We got electrolytes.
We do. No, I love that though. That's great. And then, of course, outside of your incredible Pittsburgh trendy themes, but are you noticing any bachelorette trends that are becoming more popular? Not necessarily theme related, but just something that if you say kind of now that it's like maybe ahead of the curve that you should do this for your bachelorette.
Well, genuinely, and I'm not just saying this because I think this is lending to my brand, I genuinely think hometown bachelorette parties are making a huge comeback overall in the wedding industry. I think that weddings have gotten a lot more expensive.
Yes.
Floral costs and alone have like tripled in the last 10 years, like something crazy like that. So I just think the affordability of things is getting a little out of control for weddings. So I think that that's a huge trend that we'll continue to see across the platform, not just with the Pittsburgh Bachelorette launching, but in other cities too. I think that Nashville will start to die down and all of these places will start to die down. They're overdone.
Yep.
Scottsdale, Arizona, there ain't much there except for an aesthetic.
Right.
You got a pool in your backyard, but there's not much going on.
Yeah.
So I think that overall is a huge trend that we will start to see.
Yeah.
I also think we'll start to see smaller groups, more intimacy within your bachelor group and not trying to plan it for 15 girls.
And as a wedding planner, I encourage that. I think it could be so hard just from, you know, maybe even you had your own personal experience where there are a ton of girls and it's like
hard.
You're bringing a lot of people from different walks of life, which is fine to an extent. Sometimes it can just be one, you're appeasing 15 different personalities. There might
Which
be
is actually impossible to do.
so
don't try.
It's not. Yeah. It's really hard. So I love that. An intimate party group, 5, 6 girls. Like, don't really think about who you're inviting to
You're
be a part
really
of
going to
your-
have a good time if you have under 5, 6 girls, like with your personal party. You're going to have a blast.
Yeah.
If you have 12 to 15 and it's not so planned out and taken charge of, it's going to feel chaotic. It's going to feel overwhelming. And someone's going to fight.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Someone's going to get in an argument.
Yeah.
So I do think that those are 2 huge trends that are going to come forward with bachelor parties.
Yeah. And in 10 years, when you look back at all of your pictures, are you still going to be friends with all those 12 girls, 15 girls that you invited? So
No.
I think that's a really, really great point. So, Brittany, I want to leave you with this. What is your 5-year goal with the Pittsburgh Bachelorette? Where would you like to see this go?
So I guess I really haven't talked about this yet, but our 5-year goal really is to expand to drivable places within Pittsburgh. Our focus right now is very much downtown Pittsburgh and staying within the city, but there are some beautiful little like Ligonier in Christmas season is so perfect.
Yeah.
Right? So I am looking forward to showcasing other small towns in the area and just ideas. And again, these are tourist things that you can do, that you can experience here, that you don't have to, fly to.
Yeah.
The Youghiogheny Lake, Deep Creek, which is a little overdone, but I promise you, I will make it unique and I will make it special. I will figure it out. I will get people to your front door. Listen, I'm your girl. I am useless in an apocalypse situation. Quite literally, I'm the first to die. But if you need to plan a party, call me.
Brittany's your gal.
I will literally, I got this.
Well, what you're doing so far with the Pittsburgh Bachelorette, you haven't even launched yet. I'm pretty confident you could create an incredible Deep Creek itinerary and weekend. Yeah. So we will look forward to the 5-year plan. Brittany Pavlik, the Pittsburgh Bachelorette, again, so launching April 15th, tax day. You can't forget it. The Pittsburgh Bachelorette on Instagram.com. Plan your bachelorette party or your girls' weekend or your birthday. It's coming up. All the resources are there for you. And if you don't follow her yet, linking it in the description. Please follow her on Instagram. She's pushing.
Thank you guys so much.
Stuff.
Thank you.
It's good. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, this was super fun, and I'm so nervous, but I'm okay. I think I'm okay.
It's gonna be great. Thank you.
Thanks.